Ice by Ice-T and Douglas Century. Continued. Disc 7. Part 7. Peace and War. My life's been a great story, and the ultimate war. Should I ill or do right? Make peace or go raw? Exodus. 15. Hip-hop saved my life. That's no bullshit. It was hip-hop that got me out of that negative cycle I was living. If I'd stayed a hustler, I've got no doubt I'd either be dead or in the pen like so many of my partners. I was passionate about hip-hop when I first heard it. I remain passionate about it. But today's hip-hop, let me try to be diplomatic. Well, we say it lacks soul. It lacks content. It lacks lyrical depth. It lacks a lot of the elements that made hip-hop so great to us. Since I've always been a motherfucker who speaks his mind, I'm not shy about telling. This got me into some media static a couple of years back with the young rapper Soulja Boy. He was writing his hit Superman at the time, and someone asked me what I thought of him. I called it like I saw it. To me, his music was some kind of bubblegum rap. And during a studio session, I said he was killing hip-hop. Looking back, the whole situation was unfortunate. I never meant my comments to be spread so widely or to be taken so seriously. I was in the studio and somebody was getting at me about Soulja Boy and the newer cats in hip-hop. That's like taunting a fighter. Talk shit to an old boxer and you'll most likely hear, "Fuck him, I will bust his ass. I'll rip his fucking head off." That's the same visceral response you get when you talk to an old-school rapper. When you're part of the game, you're intimately connected to it. For me, talking about hip-hop is practically like talking about my kids. The context of my comment was me saying, look, we've come all the way from Rakim, Public Enemy, and KRS-One, and now, come on, man, nowadays, y'all are bullshitting. Man, the fuck up. This is whack. Then I told the young dude, eat a dick. That's just an LA term meaning kiss my ass or shut the fuck up. Nothing more than that. Eat a dick, nigga. It doesn't mean suck my dick. It ain't a literal invitation to perform fellatio. In LA, you hear eat a dick every day. My comments ended up on a mixtape. Soulja Boy heard them and went and made a YouTube video. He got personal. Looked me up on Wikipedia, talking about how old I was and all this shit. Okay, dude, I said. You got angry, but you decided to get a little bit fly. So I replied back with my son there. Little Ice is about the same age as the dude, and I tried to clarify my point. I apologized to him. I also told him, I'm talking about your music. I don't know you, but as a hip-hop G, I feel I have to stand on it. It touched a raw nerve. Cats throughout the rap world started taking sides. Kanye West jumped to the defense of Soulja Boy, but a gang of rappers like Snoop co-signed with me. The cats that knew me said, yeah, that's what Ice and them niggas do. They don't give a fuck. Them niggas been cursing motherfuckers out since day one. But kids that didn't know me thought I was coming off kind of harsh. Not just stating my opinion, but stomping on the young homie. In retrospect, I understand. Dude is a child. As a child, you don't really have guidance. Maybe he doesn't know about the groundbreaking artists who laid the foundation for him. Maybe he doesn't know enough to pay homage to those men. Or maybe he isn't capable of making better music. I mean, it's not his intent to destroy hip-hop. Soulja Boy doesn't know me from a can of paint. Good luck with his career. Good luck to everything he's trying to do. But as a G, being emotionally invested in something I had a hand in creating, I want the art form to stay lyrical, relevant, and talent-based. I admire the skills of the DJ, the skills of the break dancer, the skills of the graffiti artist, the skills of the MC. When I hear artists saying, yo, I just want to get the paper, that pisses me off. When you say you don't really give a shit, and you just want to get on the radio, then you're pop to me. And pop has always been my enemy. Frankly, I don't feel the fire anymore from the youth. I miss my era when motherfuckers were fighting for shit, spitting fire in their lyrics. When I went in on little homie, did I come off like a grumpy middle-aged dude? Probably. But so what? I'll own that shit. I'm Ice-T, One of them old thug motherfuckers that'll take your head off. Don't get me wrong. I listen to all the new music. And there are intelligent cats doing it today. I like Young Jeezy and Lupe Fiasco. And T.I. Lil Wayne, when he wants to, when he ain't bullshitting, can rap his ass off. And you've got cats like Jay-Z that are super skilled. Jay-Z is a jewel. One of the most dope rappers ever. I know Jay. I've seen him get busy in the booth, but he doesn't even write shit down. Jay is just rap gifted. Eminem proved he's a master lyricist and promoter, and his last record went gold in 2 days. To me, that proves there's hope in the world. Even though M did a few pop records to get on the radio and cement that fan base, he gets a pass for that. I always give M mad love. Right when he was coming out, he gave an interview talking about influences, and he said, "The very first rap record I ever heard was Reckless by Ice-T. That's the electro beat battling track I did with Dave Storrs and Chris the Glove Taylor. And it shows Eminem's hip-hop knowledge runs deep." Drake is the man of the moment. I won't front. The kid has talent. But Drake right now is ruling in a land where there's not that many great people. It's like Ali. We wouldn't recognize Ali's greatness if we hadn't seen him fight wars with other great heavyweights like Frazier, Foreman, Norton, Cavallo. In every arena, in every era, you're defined by your comp edition. I hear people already trying to compare Drake to Jay-Z. My answer is, okay, let's talk in 10 years, after 10 albums. But not on dude's first record. That just sounds stupid. There's a formula to reach a certain exalted status and be considered a G in our game. Performance and consistency over time. Everybody's riding Drake, but in my book, right now, Ludacris is the most dangerous spitter in the game. I was blessed to come up during the golden age of hip-hop. I'm not claiming I'm one of the artists that's at the top of the list, but I was there. I ask people all the time, name the last important hip-hop album. Name the last great rapper. If they have any in-depth knowledge of hip-hop, they invariably reach back to artists from that golden era. When I was in the studio in 85, 86, 87, I knew that Kane, KRS-One, Public Enemy, Eric B., and Rakim were all in the studio at the same exact time, so I felt I was in a pressure cooker. The level of the game was at an all-time high. I couldn't put out lame bullshit. The dudes I first met in New York, Grandmaster Caz, Grandmaster Flash, think on that. Their very names got master in them. When you get to that point where you've mastered it, then you can teach it. These cats are no joke. These cats are not a game. In my day, one of the reasons that the talent pool in hip-hop was so deep was because there was a defined rite of passage. You used to have to work your way up to the mic. Now, kids are just getting the mic because they get a record deal. And then they do their very first stage show. No matter how much I talk about the golden age, people don't understand it. Because a lot of people who are coming up just weren't there. They don't understand Big Daddy Kane. They don't understand Rakim. They don't even know who KRS-One is, or the impact that Public Enemy had on the world. I kept saying it over and over in interviews and magazines and on TV. I kept talking about it in lectures. I got sick of repeating it. And after I got into it with Soulja Boy, I realized I couldn't convince these young cats with my words alone. Show and prove. It's one of the things we say in the street. Don't tell me you're my friend. Show it. Prove it. After the Soulja Boy situation, I was sitting home and thinking about the best way I could express my love for hip-hop. The best way I could show and prove. Then it hit me. I should make a documentary. Actually, I got motivated after I had a cameo in Chris Rock's documentary, Good Hair. That was such a fun movie. It was shot so easily. He got me in one quick session. Truth be told, I didn't even know I was in the movie until I heard about it coming out, and me and Coco went to the New York premiere. I love the way Chris shot that joint. Everyone carries digital cameras around now, I said. I can shoot a movie myself, guerrilla style. I'll just interview all the rappers that I feel mean something. I went through my Rolodex and found out I knew every fucking body. I called them up and said, yo, I got 12 questions I want to ask you. The documentary follows my life, coming from L.A., wanting to be a rapper, meeting the cats in New York, then watching hip-hop go back to L.A. I talked to Ice Cube and groups from out west. The movie is not about the money, the girls, the cars, none of that. I feel it's the definitive movie about the art form. It takes the best hip-hop artists of all time and asks them, how are you motivated and inspired? What are the techniques and the craft that go into making a great rhyme? How do we as rappers judge other rappers? Not the fans. The fans will jump on whoever's got the hottest record on the radio. Who do we hip-hop artists consider great? The film breaks down the distinction between biting and being inspired by someone. Nobody's mad at inspiration. People are mad at biting, taking someone's shit and not giving credit. When I was coming up, for me not to give credit to King's Son or Schoolie D would be biting. But I always give those cats props for the rhymes that inspired me to write 6 in the Morning and Colors. A lot of people bit me off over the years. I got a lyric that goes, motherfuckers are stealing shit I haven't even made up yet. If there's any one thing I take pride in, as far as helping this hip-hop game to grow into the empire it is today, it's the number of firsts. I was the first L.A. rapper respected in New York. First rapper to drop that street language, bitch, ho, nigger. First to bring back the black heavy metal band in our generation. First rapper to write a book when I dropped my collection of essays, The Ice Opinion, in '92. First rapper to start acting in film. First rapper to land a role on a network television series. But I always like to switch up my game. Get out of my comfort zone. Again, like Chuck D said, I'm the guy to jeopardize my entire career just to stay awake. And I'm still looking to make some more firsts. I hope The Art of Rap will be seen as the definitive film about lyricism. It's going to show the world the passion we have for the music. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, the film will help reformat the game. Frankly, I think my generation of hip-hop is like fine art. But if you don't understand fine art, you can't go see Picasso and Van Gogh. You won't get it. You need to know their stories. Once you understand Van Gogh cutting his ear off, his suffering, his loneliness, his heightened sense of reality, then you look at his paintings and feel them. You need to understand the Renaissance, Impressionism, Expressionism, all these schools of art, before you dive headfirst into the museum. I don't know if it's possible to reformat the hip-hop game. I don't know if it's possible to educate a young generation about the pantheon of greats. Maybe I'm overly optimistic about The Art of Rap. If the documentary just stands up as a classic film about old-school rappers, so be it. I can live with that. I'll always be the kind of dude who speaks his mind. Fuck stepping on toes. I call it like I see it. But don't mistake that outspokenness for someone who likes initiating beefs. I've seen enough real violence in my life to know that it's nothing to be flippant about. In fact, if there's one thing the name Ice-T has stood for, both in the hip-hop game and in the street, it's been as a peacemaker. Check this. In my era of hip-hop, dudes earned their stripes by battling. That was part of the art of rap. Coming off the dome with some creative, cutting, spontaneous diss. Those legendary live battles between LL and Kool Moe Dee. And on wax between MC Shan and KRS-One. Niggas used to talk mad shit in lyrics, but niggas wasn't shooting each other over it. In fact, go back to a lot of those original rap battles. Half the time, the two warring crews would do stage shows together to promote their battle records. But then the hip-hop game started to get more mixed up with the gangster world, back in the mid to late 1990s. Brothers who were not OGs, maybe they were small-time street cats making exaggerated claims in their records, started to bring the heavy hitters and murderers from their old neighborhoods into their entourages.